There's this theory that I've been seeing very often, and it just confuses me because I think the ending of Rise of Skywalker is left very, very unclear. First of all, as to what happened to the Emperor, how he survived, what all these people are chanting, it acquired and chanting in this audience. Many people says they are meant to be a visual exclamation of all the Siths that came before. Do we think that Sidious is actually, as you said, all the Sith and is like some kind of all the powers of all the previous Sith that came before that just congregate into one body, and that's why he's the one who managed to do all that, and that's why he can survive all the time and he doesn't die, and he is actually the power of all these Siths mixed all and came out into that one person that cannot die and is super uber powerful.
You know, if you kind of go into it a little bit, there's a couple more theories in lore that I'll go into in a second, but I almost took that as an iteration of all of the ones who came before, following the rule of two, following Darth Bane's original plan of basically dominating the entire universe slowly, because it's not something you can just do overnight. It took 1,000 years. So I kind of took that as a representation, and I was like, well, it's 1,000 years, so you think of 10 lifetimes, right? But how many Sith were only Sith for 30 years before they killed their master, and then another 10 before their apprentice killed them? So I mean, a chance, I would assume, living as a Sith, you didn't have a very long lifespan. So it could have been all of the lineage from Darth Bane down to Darth Sidious. But technically it hasn't been retconned by anything as far as I know, but there was a theory that Darth Bane, in his quest for knowledge, is the one that Darth Sidious is actually talking about when he's talking to Anakin Skywalker about the tale of Darth Plagueis, who learned how to cheat death. That it's actually Darth Bane transferring his consciousness into his apprentice over the years until he gets to Darth Plagueis, because in the story, Darth Plagueis is killed while he's sleeping. So that's why Darth Sidious is actually able to remain himself, but then Darth Bane is finally killed off when Darth Sidious kills Darth Plagueis. So there's that, but then I think maybe through all of these that Darth Sidious actually did learn how to cheat death. I mean, that was the whole thing about Revenge of the Sith, is how can one cheat death? And he found a way, and I think it was just for fucking cloning himself. That's how he cheated it, which I don't think that's the same.
If they did a better job of explaining that or showing that, I think I would enjoy Rise of Skywalker a lot more.
I don't think of cloning yourself as living forever, because
he didn't clone himself. It's like he's like in his dead body.
The one that fights Rey. Does Rey fight a clone of Sidious, or is the original Sidious from Return of the Jedi that somehow survived? Because he's all fucked up, he's all broken.
Yeah, I think it's the same. It's not a clone. I don't think it's a clone, because why would you clone yourself with broken like burnt off fingertips? And you know what I mean? I think that's his body, but he cheated death.
I thought I read somewhere that Rey is actually the daughter of a clone of Sidious. Am I wrong in that?
Yeah, Rey is the daughter of Sidious's real son.
Who the fuck would fuck him?
And if Sidious did plant a baby in Shmi, that means Anakin is related to Rey, which also means Ben Solo is related to Rey.
So are you saying that Sidious forced some semen all the way across the galaxy up in, or just
he made artificial life?
Yeah, I don't know if that would count as genetic.
So Anakin didn't have a dad, so how was he born?
Well, I was born of the Force. That's the whole thing. But I'm just saying, can the Force make life? Sure, I can believe that, but can the Force make life that's genetically identical or similar to someone who used the Force to create that life?
I'm not saying Anakin's similar to
No, but I'm saying,
Anyone.
would Anakin actually be related to Rey then?
Well, technically no, but
Yeah, there's
I
no.
mean, not technically no, but technically yes.
That's in your comic you showed earlier, right? Because in one comic, I saw this only image. There's one image that Vader sees in a dream of Padme holding, or not Padme, or Shmi, being like some kind of fire, and you have some kind of ghostly Sidious behind her, just doing some voodoo behind her with a scary face, and she's kind of implying that Vader dreams that Sidious made his mom pregnant using the Force. Which I don't know if that's in.
Which wouldn't it just be easier to just knock on her door and be like, "Hey, you want to hook up?"
Yeah. But I'm just trying to be hopeful that there's not more incest in Star Wars. Like,
yeah, I don't know how they keep doing this.
We don't need any more, because then you have Kylo and Rey.
Yeah.
If they were related,
which they aren't. They're related. I wish Rey wasn't a daughter of Sidious. I wish she was a like secret daughter that Obi-Wan Kenobi had to get rid of.
No, she has to be a nobody, like they said in The Last Jedi. That was perfect. That was great. That just means that you don't need to be a Kenobi or a Skywalker or a Palpatine or just descendant of a descendant.
That's even better.
It's always the same people. We follow the same people from 9 movies.
Yep.
Just the children of. It would have been cool to know that somebody can come from nowhere with these powers.
Instantaneously, you changed my mind. I agree with you more than that, because it's like, hey, let's start fresh, but have a lot of remnants of the past.
Yeah.
And that would be exactly how you start fresh, but leaving a cliffhanger on if it's fresh or not, like a fresh start. You know what I mean? And by the end of a trilogy, you kind of have a fresh start still, because we're just now, by the end of the last movie of the trilogy, you're figuring out who Rey is. But nope, they went the cringy way. So
it would be as dumb as saying that Finn is a long lost son of Lando just because they happen to be both person of colors.
Yeah. And Lando is actually related to Mace Windu.
Oh, obviously, yes.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Yeah, they're brothers.
They're brothers?
Yep, they're brothers.
And then Rose is the first of her kind, so